Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Red Rock Chess. I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening, morning. Today's date is May 2nd of 2026. I hope that whenever you find this video that you guys are enjoying your day. Today our goal is to try and beat 50 moves against the top rated bot in chess, also known as Stockfishh. It is a really scary high elo player that we're going to be like bot that we're playing against. So our goal is not to win, but to get against 50 moves. So, and also if you guys are new to chess and you guys want to learn chess, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Our goal is 500. We are currently at 16. Thank you guys to everyone who is subscribed. And if you guys also want to learn how to develop your chess skills, I post daily puzzles here on my Instagram, Facebook, and we also have redrockchess.com where you can buy some merch and develop your skills. So let's get right into the game today against the bot. So what we're going to be doing to start off is we are going to be doing e4, seeing how long we can last. So they bring their knight out to the f6 square. What we're going to be doing, we could either look at just pushing. We're going to try and be as conservative as possible throughout the whole entire game, trying not to force too much against our opponent. What we're going to be doing right here is we're going to be kicking their knight out. We'll see what he does. We've already made it 3 moves. We have not been checkmated within the first 3 moves. That is also a very good sign. What we're going to be doing is just try and prolong as much as we can, since this is a 3200 level player. For reference, I'm about 1600 elo at the moment, so the goal is to try and beat that. What we're going to do is we're going to bring out our knight to start developing that to the f3 square. I expect our opponent to make some pretty solid moves right now. And what we can do is either just bring out our bishop right here. We could also just look at developing the other knight, which is what we'll do. We just want to be as conservative as possible, try and trade pieces as slow as possible. Right now we are on move 6 out of 50. It's going to be a very, very hard game. Here's the thing. I don't know whether to take en passant right now, because that is what you should always do. Even if it's not a smart move, it's always good to en passant. And just for the video, we are going to en passant it. We're not even going to think about it. We are just going to be doing it because that is the right thing to do in every single scenario. Doesn't matter. So now he has 2 strong pawns in the center, but it was because I was able to do en passant. And I know what you're thinking. En passant is not always the greatest, but you're wrong. En passant is always the best move. So what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be bringing our bishop out to deliver a check, not to trade anything, but to just start bringing our pieces into the game. And I can see, I see him bringing his bishop out. What I'm going to be doing is I don't want to trade pieces. I want to prolong as much like moves as possible. So what we're going to be doing is just kind of doing what we have to get by. What I'll do is I'll castle my king right now. This is move 10 of the game, so we're a fifth of the way there. If you guys do enjoy chess, make sure to also drop down in the comment section what you guys want to be seeing in my videos. That way I can help you guys learn a little bit more chess alongside myself. What we're going to be doing right now is we'll be pushing our pawn up a little bit. We are going to be eventually developing our bishop out and eventually moving our queen up just so that we can start getting our pieces into better squares. So the max level bot decides to pivot his knight back to the c7 square. Great move. He's looking to start attacking in the center right here. So what I'm going to do to counter this, I'm just going to be taking my time to think, we could look at bringing our bishop out to like the f4 square, for example, which does look like a pretty good move in my opinion. So that's what we're going to do. We are just developing the bishop and challenging the center, which is our goal. Great move by our opponent. He puts his pawn onto the b5 square. What he's looking at doing is he's just trying to kick out my knight. I could just look at defending it. What to do? So what we'll do, we're just trying to go as slow as possible. We are on move 13 right now out of 50. So if you guys think that I will make it to the 50 move mark, make sure to drop down in the comment section below if you think I will. Pause the video now and do so. Hit that subscribe button as well. And if you don't, also leave in the comment section. I'm curious to know as to how many of you think that I can make it 50 moves. So right now we're being threatened right here with our knight. Some options that we can do is we can just either just bring it back and just bring it back around, which is what I'll do. I'm just going to bring my knight to the other side of the board, kind of start to bring some troubles to him on the king side. I'm going to eventually look at like bringing my queen up to one of these two squares. That way we can start creating some more vicious attacks. So what my opponent does is they essentially are just pushing their pawns down to the middle of the board. What I'm going to do to counter this, what I might end up doing is I might just bring my bishop out. That way there's multiple attackers on this pawn. That won't really do much because I wish my bishop was actually in this square. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to move my bishop to this square just to create a strong attack on my opponent's king side. If they do decide to push like their pawn right here, I might just do what's called danger levels and push my queen out just to create some attacks. What I'll do right now is kind of just, let's think about this move before we do it. So we do have queen over here. He could just look at like bringing his queen back. No, he'll probably push his pawn first. We could just look at sacking the bishop. Okay. Right here, we are just threatening the queen. On checkmate, we all are also looking now to attack this right here. Great move by my opponent. Let's see what the options are for us now. We could look at just dropping our bishop back, creating a threat on this pawn right here. Let's do that. I really want to start applying as much pressure as we can just so that we can make it as many moves as possible. Right now, we are almost, we're pretty much a third of the way there. So for those that have faith in me, we should be able to do this, guys. I'm very excited. Make sure to stay to the end to see if I am able to make it 50 moves. So, this is very interesting. So my opponent moves his queen out. He also is able to connect his rooks, which is very, very strong. What I can do is I'm really trying to, I could look at bringing my rook out. That way I maybe can sack this so that I can take that. That is what I'll do. I'll bring my rook out right here to see if I can sacrifice my bishop. I'm not able to do that now because he is putting pressure on me. What I need to do instead is I need to figure out a way that I can defend this. So the options for me are to bring my bishop back, but that blocks this whole entire file right here, and I don't like that whatsoever. I could look at like bringing my bishop back, or my knight back temporarily, and pushing up this pawn, which is what I might have to do. Let's go ahead. The two options for me right now are to bring my knight back to the A2 square or the D1 square. So I'm thinking that it might be better to temporarily relocate it to this square right here. We're going to be pushing that right there. Oh, he could still push this pawn. That's not a good, that's pretty bad for me. Darn, I didn't even think about that. So this pawn is going to die on move 21, so that's going to be a goner. So I might just have to move this around, push that, kick that back out, and then just start to bring my knight back to another square. So not looking good for me currently. Our opponent is just such a strong player. I also don't like that it's eyeing my king right there, so I have to be very careful about all my moves right now. If he does decide to move it to this square right here, I'm just going to bring my bishop back to attack it. I do not want this player to have any control over like pinning my king, so I'm definitely would be happy if we were able to trade off the bishops. I'm definitely going to take this bishop. I do not want to see it. The options right now, we could look at capturing this back. My only concern is that they have a trick up their sleeves. There is only one way to find out. So if we were to take, he could look at either bringing his rooks, one of the two rooks, over to the e-file to place an attack, which I might be okay with. Here's the thing. We're trying to make it for the long term. So we might have to play a little more cautious than I would like, because if we were to take, he could just move this over, and that means I would have to take, which he could retake back, and we don't want to get rid of all our pieces. We want to keep our pieces for as long as possible. So what I'll do is I'll just hop my pony back into the game, try and get its momentum going, put it in a good square. I do see him pushing it right there. He does decide to push it on the e-file instead. I might just have to move this all the way back and eventually just give him a check. That might be the better option. I know he'll just shut it down right there, so I have to get these two pawns right here into a square that's better for me. Let's give him a check. That's all we can do right now. What we're gonna do is move our which rook do we want to use? We could look at bringing this rook to the game over here. I think that we better ought to do it. So now what we can look at doing is sacrificing this, or even like right here, if he doesn't move his queen, just to be in a better position. So if we sack the knight right here, he could look at doing this right here. Here, let's see. Let's think about all these moves right here. So he takes right there, and I take back. And then I take back right here. He could look at doing this right here. No, because he has this move right there. Okay, so the best option for me right now maybe is just to pivot my knight back one right here. This bishop is just in such a horrible spot right now. I need to really look at bringing this into a better spot. We're just going to be bringing our knight back to a better square. If he does take, we will have to recapture back. So right now, what we need to look at, we can't move this out of the way because then it's a fork. So what we could do, though, is we could look at just bringing our knight to the outside right here, and eventually push this pawn to capture it. That does sound very tempting. What I'll do is I might just bring my knight back right here so that I can bring it over right there. That's what I'll do. Is I'll bring my knight over so that I can eventually start to get my pieces into better squares. He does decide to start attacking my queen. I have to be very, very careful right now because this is not looking good for me. So if I go right here, I can attack both his knights. But the only problem with that is that he can just hop a knight back in and attack and also be defending his knight right there. So what I should do, I guess in reality that is my only available option since I can't really go anywhere else. So let's do it, and I know that he'll just hop his knight right into this part of the board, but we aren't left with too many options. So what should I do? Should I move over here and kind of like put a pin on his king? I'm only afraid that if I have it in a bad square like that, that it'll be detrimental later in the game. So guess how many moves we've made it so far? We are currently at 31 out of the 50 moves. We are only down 1 point of material, which I'm very proud of. If you guys still think that I'm going to make it to the end of 50 moves, please make sure to put that down in the comments. I'm really excited to prove some people wrong today. So we could look at bringing our queen to the c5 square. It doesn't really like pose too many threats that our opponent would be scared of. The other option is moving our queen to the g3 square. I'm only afraid that this guy has the best tactics and will annihilate me. And so what I'm going to do to be a little more cautious is I'm going to be bringing my queen over to this square. I can look at bringing it back, but I just want to start applying some pressure to him. And Nick's a really good move. He is threatening checkmate right here. So what I do need to do is I need to start to do some defense and bring my knight in front. I can't lose to him one move after saying that I'll prove everyone wrong. That would not go well. So he does decide to sack the rook. That is a very interesting move. Let's think this through. So if I take this right now, he could look at... He probably will just push this pawn right here, and so I can't really do that. So I might just have to, because if I take right here, then that's just losing my knight. So what I'll do is I'll actually slide my knight back one right here so that it's still threatening to take his knight, but not threatening to lose the game so soon. What I'll also do right now is I'll just be putting my knight at on this square right here just to create some threats. So here's the problem. If I take this right now, he will just take back. He is also looking at doing this right here, so we are in a tough situation right now. Let's take it. Our goal is to just try and be as conservative as possible. Let's see. If we take this with the queen, we're still threatening that, so we should be just fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that right there. We also want to continue to protect this right here. Oh, that is a fork right there. So, we should have thought about this a little bit more in detail. So if we put this right here, that is threatening to take the queen. So that if the queen takes right there, we should be able to take. And if he does take, we should be able to take just back. I'm just afraid that he does have like this rook sacrifice at any point as well. That does have me a little worried. We do also have taking this back right there, so I'm not too worried per se about anything. That is a very, very good move. When I take this back, I think he might have a way to escape it, which would not be very good for me. So if I take one of these, like say I take this right here, the only problem is that he has mate incoming. So what we'll do to try and prolong it, we'll take this right here to see how many more moves. What we'll actually do instead, we'll take this back. So what we'll do is he's probably going to move. Oh, it was checkmate. So it doesn't matter. So we had the maximum bot beat us in 40 moves out of the 50. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to subscribe. It does really help us out. And let's transition back to this end one. I hope you guys really, really did enjoy. And if you guys want to be a part of the subscribers down here, please make sure to be one of the first 500. It is a growing channel, and just please make sure to comment some feedback that you have for me. I do love to implement every single comment that I do read. I do read all the comments, so please make sure to set that up and write something. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys for watching.